Hey everyone, another Friday video. So today I want to chat about something which has been playing on my mind and I know affects a lot of people, and that is forgiveness. Okay, um, more specifically, self-forgiveness. So, um, for example, the start of the year, as everyone or a lot of people do, they sit down and they set a record or set a list of New Year's resolutions, things they want to improve about themselves. They say they're going to do better this year that maybe they haven't done in the past years. And I have a great record of saying I'm going to do things, and then, for example, when things pop up, or I may have a down day, or have a day where I'm struggling, or there's a lot on my mind, which I have quite a bit. I struggle to do the things which I said I would do, and therefore I feel like I'm failing and I give myself a hard time. I'm all about accountability. I think accountability is good. It drives you and it allows you to stay on the path that you're set. But I also think that life is continuously changing. You don't know what's going to happen. You can only plan for certain outcomes, and you can only do your best. And so, for example, with these videos, I set myself a objective that I would put a lot more effort into these videos. I do them on a more of a periodical time base. And I didn't do one last week, and then I started thinking about how I'm not doing what I said I would do, and how I'm generally failing. And then I start looking at, well, my general go-to is to try and find some inspiration from someone. Go on Instagram or something. I follow a huge amount of people who I draw inspiration from. Some of them are continuous good input. Others can be a little bit kind of concentrated on their situation, okay? And it is very hard to think out of the box. But judging comes sometimes from comparing. So when you compare yourself to something you want to be, and you think, I'm not getting there, and how am I ever going to get there? And I'm not as good as them, or I'm not as good as this person, so I'm never going to get there. And one thing you got to remember is that everything on the internet isn't clear and set. You're seeing it from through a very small hole in someone's life. For example, I'm trying to have a positive impact on people's lives. I like to share my thought processes. Sometimes I end up repeating what other people have said that I've heard, and I think that's really, really good. And that's fine. I put my own little twist on it and explain how it affects my life and how it kind of weaves itself into my kind of situation. But you got to remember, not everyone's in the same situation as you. For example, I have a child. I have a full-time job. I'm currently getting divorced. Money is not amazing. I haven't got millions of pounds, and I also haven't brought my followers. I can take pride in the people that are following me are actually, although small in number, have chosen that I haven't brought them. And there's a lot of that goes on Instagram and these social media things, okay? So try not to compare yourself to other people. As always, I'm being hypocritical here because that is what I do. But it's being aware that you're doing it and trying to make a change, a positive change. I also read something today which is really good, which is called the third idea, not an idea of thirds. Okay, so obviously a third is a whole separated into three, and each section is described as a mood type. Okay, so for example, when you use the third process in relation to an objective, so I'm aiming for something. I don't know what the time basis of this is. It could be 2 years, 3 years, it could be a decade. But the idea, and Olympians and bits and bobs describe it like this, when they're aiming for, obviously, to win and to get a medal, is everything's done in thirds. So a third of the time, you'll be on your game. A third of your time, you will be kind of mediocre. And a third of the time, you will feel you're terrible and you'd want to give up. And that is completely normal. Because without the bad, you don't have the good. When you're struggling, when you are fighting against those thoughts of giving up, that is actually when your brain is most constructive. You grow through hardship. If everything was easy and it was given to you on a plate, then you wouldn't respect it and you wouldn't learn anything from it. It's much the same as money. People think that if they had all the money in the world, it would solve all their problems. But that isn't the case. So generally, the idea is be kind to each other, or be kind to yourself more than ever. Okay, be kind to yourself. Try and give yourself a break. Do some journaling. Have healthy habits. Make the right choices. Don't give yourself such a bad time when things go a bit away and things pop up, because that's life. Anyway, people, have a good weekend. I hope the weather's going to be well. It's a bit chilly down in Kerno, but take it easy. And still trying to get these podcasts up together. Again, time. I have lots going on, but it's something I really want to do and really passionate about. So I'm going to start banging it out, but all these things take time, and I'm trying not to procrastinate. Catch you later, people.